What's going on, everyone? It's Balls, and welcome back to another match reaction on the channel. Manchester United 1, Wolves 0, nil, nada. What a lucky 3 points that was. Marcus Rashford winning at the end. What a win. We don't know if we deserve it, but we'll take it. We needed those 3 points, especially if we want to be caught saying that we're in this title race. We needed those 3 points. Liverpool dropping points the other night against West Brom. We needed to get the win. We dropped. So what the good thing about this is, before I get into more detail, is the fact that we dropped points against Leicester. We dropped 2 points. We picked those 2 points up today because I don't think we deserved to win the game. I think today was a draw. I think the game against Leicester was a win. So, you know what? 4 points from 6. I think that's what we deserve from these 2 games. So, you know what? It all equals out. It's fine. I'm happy with it. But before we get into all the match reaction, make sure you leave a like on the video if you're enjoying the content and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All support very much appreciated, and all social media links in the description below. So it was a very weird game, very lackluster performance from us. I'm calmed down a bit now. We won the game, but yeah, it was a bit of a lackluster performance. I don't think we had very many players in the attacking sense play well. I think our defense played well. Obviously, kept clean sheet, which is always nice. We haven't kept many of them this season, which last season we actually kept a lot of. Obviously, one of the better defensive teams, which I don't think is actually spoken enough about. Like, we were so good defensively last season, and then this season it's just gone for some reason. It's just obviously just some tactics, players not playing to what they were last season. There's obviously a reason, but we played well today. I think Bai had a good game in defence. I think Maguire played a lot better today. I think he actually dealt with a lot of balls that came in the box and actually dealt with some low crosses today, which is good to see. I think Luke Shaw, when he came on, looked very, very good as usual. He really gets beaten. He's so underrated. I don't understand why more people don't talk about him. Name a better defensive left back to me that's not named Luke Shaw, because I can't find one. Robertson's I think Robertson's a better all-round left back, but he's better attacking. Luke Shaw's better defensively. Same with Alphonso Davies. I think Alphonso Davies is better going forward. Robertson and Davies aren't that bad defensive, but I think Luke Shaw's better defensive. That's all I'm going to say. Luke Shaw is very underrated. He played well. I think Telles went off with an injury, which isn't great. Hopefully he'll be okay. I don't know, obviously, extend the injury, how long he'll be out for, but yeah, we got Luke Shaw there still, which is good. He played very, very well. I think Wan-Bissaka had an all right game. He did this tucking in thing again that he does all the time, and we know it can't be due to players now, because usually it's when Liverpool Maguire, we thought he tucks in because of the pace. We had Bai today and he's still tucked in, and I don't understand why he's doing it. Someone needs to tell him. If guys like me and Mark Goldbridge, Flex, like the guys on the United understand, if we can all see this, why can't Ollie and the coaching staff see it? Or are they telling him to do this? I don't understand what's going on with that. I think Matic was absolutely superb today. I think he's very, very good. And we'll definitely talk about him a lot more in the play range when I get into them in a second. I think he played very, very well. But Pogba and Bruno, I think both didn't play great games, I don't think. They weren't shocking. But then they didn't play great. We won, but they weren't great. Like, Bruno gave the ball away a lot today, which he does give the ball away every now and again in games, but today was pretty bad. He gave the ball away quite a lot, but he still got the assist for the goal. He still knows how to get the assist or the vital pass and how we end up getting a winner or getting a goal to draw the game or whatever. Bruno just knows how to get it done. I think Rashford had a quietish game. Well, It wasn't quite. The thing with Rashford today, and I think that him and Cavani had this, and Cavani and Greenwood had this a lot, is they tried to take an extra touch in the box, and I don't understand why they were doing that. They could have just had a shot that might have taken deflection, but it could have gone. They could have had a shot that could have gone in the top corner. It's like they didn't trust themselves enough today to have shots, which I don't know why, but they took an extra touch in the box, and it was good that Rashford had that shot. I know it deflected. I know it was lucky, but I don't care if it was lucky. It was a winner. We needed that win. As I said, it equals out the Leicester game. We should have beaten Leicester. We should have drawn today. We flipped it around. We drew against Leicester when we should have won, and we won against Wolves when we should have drawn. And I can't remember last time we beat Wolves, actually, because we always seem to draw or lose them, which is funny. They're a bogey team, but it's good to get a winner against them. And it's, it serves them right, because they were defensive, parked the bus for the last half an hour, and we were just pressing. They didn't have really any chances. I think it was between the 60, 65th minute, so not half an hour, maybe 25 minutes, whatever it was. But there was about 10 minutes or so where Wolves actually had the ascendancy and they were on top and they had a few chances and we held strong. I know Maguire made a very, very good clearance for when De Gea made a little saves and he took it out and then cleared it and he made part the bus. And hang on, connection's unstable. Don't understand why it does that. Sorry about the internet, guys. What was it? I can't even remember what I was saying now. But yeah, just as I said, it serves them right. It's been a bit harsh, but don't park the bus. It's as simple as that. Like I know that they've played a lot of football recently. They played 48 hours ago, so I guess they didn't have enough energy to kick on and go forward in the second half. So they sort of just had to see if they can get a point. But I'm glad we got the winner. Whether it be lucky or not, I don't really care. Then the penalty as well. Well, not the non-penalty, I should say. For me, that's a penalty every day of the week. For me, I'm sorry. Connor Cody had a lot of time to get his hand away from the ball. It wasn't, I don't think, in natural position. It was sort of to his side, but out or whatever, and he hit his hand, struck his hand. It's a penalty. 5-10 years ago, before VR, that's a penalty. 20 years ago, that's a penalty. It's been a penalty for years, that sort of action. It just sort of catching your hand in the box, and it wasn't given. And with Manchester United, yes, we've been probably lucky in the past with some penalties given. Yes, potentially, maybe not. I don't know, but today it was a penalty, and I think it was. But you know what? That doesn't matter now. We won the game anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I think that sort of did it justice anyway. So I think we did warrant a penalty, but then again, I don't think we warranted necessarily winning the game. So then it all goes hand in hand. But there you go. So very, very happy to get the win anyway. And I think good contributors in the defensive side of the ball today, which is different and not great attacking. I think that Rashford's shot was only our third shot on target for the game as well. So we didn't really create any clear-cut chance. I remember Greenwood's cross in the first half that at the back post, Bruno could have, and I think he should have put that away, to be honest. I think it's a bit of a poor finish from Bruno. I know it was quite hard because he was sort of up in the air lunging and he tried hitting it on the volley, but I do expect better from Bruno because he's one of the best players in the world in terms of form at the moment. So I would expect him to put that away. But very, very happy with the win and 3 points. So we stay in touch. We stay in touch with Liverpool. We are now, I believe, with that win, I think we're 1 point behind with the same amount of games played. Is it that? Is it 1 point behind with the same amount of games played? I reckon it is. I will double check that, but I think we're 1 point away with the same amount of games played as Liverpool. No, we're 2 points. Sorry, we're 2 points behind Liverpool at the moment. They're on 32. We're on 30. This is 15 games played each. We're now a point above Leicester, and we've played one less game than them, and we're a point above Everton, and we've played the same amount of games as them. And then Aston Villa are 4 points behind. We've played one more game than them, and Chelsea have played one more game than us, and we're now 4 points above Chelsea, and we're 4 points above Tottenham, and we've played one more game than them. And obviously, the final team, Man City, 14 games, 26 points. So we're 4 points above them. We've played one more game. So it's good that we're staying in front of these teams because if we want top four, we need to stay above Tottenham and Chelsea, the two main ones. Because I do expect Man City to get some points and eventually move back up into the top sort of couple of positions. Can we win the title? I don't have the confidence that we're going to win the title, to be honest. I still don't think. But then again, today we won points when we shouldn't have got all three. We won the 3 points at Brighton early in the season. We probably didn't deserve to. We've won games this season so far when we probably haven't deserved to win. West Ham away, we should have been 3-4-0 down at halftime. We should have been gone. We came back, won that game. We came back against Southampton, won the game. We're winning. We're picking up points and Leicester's the only game I think that we have dropped points that we should have taken in recent memory. But a lot of the other games we picked up points where we probably necessarily didn't deserve. So that's a good sign. But I'd like to see some more games like the Leeds game. I know that Leeds game is a bit of an outlier. Like the way you look at it now, a lot of players played a lot better in that game than probably what they necessarily are playing at the moment or they are in general. But I want to see more performances like that where we do dominate a game we deserve to win. Like that game, I think the Everton game was a better performance when we beat them away, the 2-0. in the Carabao Cup, and even the 3-1 win the second half as well against Everton. We did play very, very well in the second half, but I want to see us start dominating games more and actually deserving of 3 points. I want to see us and say, okay, we deserve to get them 3 points. We won 3-0 comprehensively, easy done. But we haven't had many games like that this season. Obviously, the Leicester game, we should have won. As I said, we dropped 2 points there because we conceded 2 goals from defensive errors. But it was good today to see him keep a clean sheet, and hopefully that can build confidence heading into these next few fixtures, which I think is Aston Villa. And then I think is it like an 8 or 9 day break, I think, for the next game. And then I think we do have Liverpool, I believe it's Liverpool. I think it goes Aston Villa away, and then it goes Liverpool away, I'm pretty sure. I think that's how it goes. So yeah, we got Aston Villa at home. Aston Villa at home. Then we got Man City in the League Cup. That's right, at home. Then we got Watford okay, that's right. That's when the cup competition's coming. So we got City in the League Cup at home. Then we got Watford in the FA Cup at home, and then we got Liverpool in our next game, which is away. So, can we break that Liverpool drought? Maybe, possibly. So, but yeah, let's get into player ratings. If you're watching live, make sure you leave your player ratings in the comments in the live chat, and if you're watching a replay, make sure you leave your player ratings in the comment section below, or just leave any thoughts on the game, opinions, whatever you want. Who you think win the league, and just any other questions, whatever you have, just leave them in the comment section below. Make sure you leave a like on the video if you're enjoying the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So, start off with David De Gea. I think David De Gea had a very, very good game today. I think he made a couple of big saves. He made a couple of good saves as well when Wolves were actually offside, which was quite funny. But he's playing at a high level this year. He's back to that top couple of goalkeepers in the world type of form. He's back. He had a bad season last season. He had a bit of an indifferent season the season before that, but he's starting to get back to that performance where he just performs week in, week out, and when we need him to make a big save, he does. And it's probably a bad thing because it means we're still allowing the opposition to have chances, but it's good to see David in good form. And is that because Henderson's on the bench? I think that has a contributing factor because he's got competition behind him, but David's playing at such high level at the moment that we need to keep him there. He's playing really well, and he gets a 7 from me today. I think he's very, very good. Wan-Bissaka, again, bit of an game. Like he made some good challenges. He got back and covered well, but then, as I said, he came inside and did that thing where he comes inside, which is just frustrating. But overall, I think he was solid enough. We kept a clean sheet, so you got to be obviously a bit more upbeat about defenders. Harry Maguire, I think I'll give Harry Maguire 7 as well. I think he played quite well. I think that he made a couple of crucial blocks and interceptions in the second half, particularly when Wolves had a couple of good chances. And I think him and Baye worked really well. And I think Baye gets a 7 as well because I think those two worked really well today. I don't really think and there was Adama, you had Podence, you had Neto. These guys are quick players, but we're able to deal with it, which is good. So that's why it just showed today, while we do need a new centre-back, we need another centre-back to go next to Maguire, and then we need Baye to maybe be like that third centre-back that comes. Like Baye should be the second choice centre-back behind their quick centre-back, and then like Lindelof or whatever can be the second choice to Maguire, or Maguire can be second choice to Lindelof or whatever. But it's going to be Maguire number 1 and Lindelof number 2 if that's the case. But we need another centre-back. But it was just nice to keep a clean sheet. So I think the 2 centre-backs get 7s from me today. Luke Shaw. No, hang on. So Telles. So Shaw's a sub. So Telles, I'll give him a 6. I think he was solid when he was on. Had a couple of good crosses. Got back, retreated a couple of times, won the ball a couple of times as well. But obviously an injury, which is not great. We don't need injuries. I know that it's this. At least if there's going to be an injury, at least it wasn't at the start of the hectic period. At least we're sort of getting now to the cup competition where we can afford to play a couple of the younger guys in like the FA Cup, the League Cup games. And we've only got Aston Villa. Then I think we've got 12 or 13 day break from that game up until the next Premier League game. Obviously, we've got 2 cup games in between, but I think there'll be a lot of squad rotation. So the 2 maybe get Palestri some games, maybe Axel could play a couple of games, maybe Mengi might get a game as well at back. So I'd like to see more of him and Laird and and a few of these younger guys come through because they need opportunities. And Donny van der Beek surely's got to play sometime. Like that's just ridiculous. But actually, no, I will talk about that. How are we not using Donny van der Beek? Why do we buy him, and why is he here? Because I love him as a player, and if I was manager, I'd be using him a lot more than what we are. He's just on the bench every game, and he doesn't get subbed on. And why is Ollie not using the third sub? It was 0-0 it was the exact same game from the first minute to the 90th minute until we obviously got the late winner. But it was just the same game. We were trying an extra touch in the box. We just weren't quite creating any good clear-cut opportunities. So why not bring on Donny van der Beek? Why not bring on a Juan Mata? Why not bring on even a Dan James or McTominay, or bring on someone? Just use your third sub. It's a hectic period. You've got games every 72 to 96 hours. You need to use your subs. And in Wolves' case, it was 48 hours. But you need to use all three subs. I think Nuno had used all his three subs before the 65th minute. He'd done it already. He'd already subbed all his players on, I think, or before it was before the 70th minute anyway. Used all his three subs, and we used our two subs, which is great. But then, where's the third sub? Because I think Bruno, or even I think Juan Mata would have been good in this game as well. I think him and Donny would have been good, but obviously can't bring on Martial and those two, and then also with the Telles injury. So maybe Mata and Donny, or James and Donny, or James and Mata, or whatever, might have come on, maybe come on if it wasn't for the Telles injury. But obviously we did use the third sub. I do know that we did bring McTominay on, but it didn't count because it's literally at the end of the game just to waste some more time. But yeah, Telles 6. Pogba. I don't know. He struggled in the first half and in the first 15 minutes of the second half, but then I think he started to work his way in the last half an hour, 25 minutes. I think he started to get a bit more of the ball. He started to play some good passes, but I think overall, I think he was quite. I think he's below average. I think I'll give him a 5 because I think he was below average today. I just don't think he did enough. And it's been a little bit, that's been what the Pogba story's been since he's been here. It's been a lot of, you didn't do enough in that game. You didn't do enough here. You didn't do enough there. You have the odd good performance against like Man City where, oh, really? Does it? Cheza, Ellis, your photo says Leeds United. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. If that's the case, I apologise. I have to change that. Yeah. It is nearly 9 a.m. in the morning here in Australia, so I probably just completely missed it. But there you go. So XOD, Mr. Franson, do you think we can win the league? Well, okay. Look, right. I don't think we're going to win the league, but we're picking up points where we probably don't deserve to. Like Leicester, we dropped points where we deserve to win, and then today we didn't. I don't think we deserve to win, but we got the 3 points, which is good. We picked up points against Brighton. We probably didn't deserve to get all 3 points there. We probably only deserved the point or even lose that game. West Ham, Southampton, these games where we've been behind and we've actually come back to win, where you probably didn't deserve to win the game, we've actually picked up these points. So can we win the league? I think there's a possibility we can. I don't think we will, but we're in the title race. So we're there. We're only 2 points behind Liverpool, and we play them if we pick up 3 points against Aston Villa, and Liverpool pick up their 3 points in their other couple of games. Callie, sorry, my dog is asleep and sleep talking. What was I saying? And if we pick up the 3 points against Liverpool, then all of a sudden it's game on. But yeah, I don't think we're going to win the league, but we're still in the race. Hang on, Callie. Shush. Stop. Enough. Yeah, sorry about that. Dog is asleep, moaning in asleep. Anyway, so Sifo Nalut, Defo didn't deserve to win today. Better team lost. I don't think the better team lost, Sifo. I think that we just didn't deserve to win the game. I think deserved probably a draw. I think it's a fair result. I think not Liverpool. I think Wolves just parked the bus for the last half an hour, and I don't think that if you park the bus for that long, I don't really think you deserve to necessarily win the game. But if you think that Wolves deserve the 3 points, then who am I to say that you're wrong? So it's just opinion. So, but yeah, I think that it probably should have been a draw, but we picked up 2 vital points today that we needed to stay in touch. And as I said, we beat Liverpool at Anfield, which is not likely to happen, but you never know. This team always finds a way to just nick a result when you probably don't expect them to. But yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. So XOD, Mr. Franson, I think we should definitely be in top 4. I think we'll finish 3rd. I think we've put whether we can keep this up over the whole season's obviously another story. I think we do need another centre. If we sign another centre back, I think it's almost a guarantee we'll finish top 4, because I think that will just add that extra space in that defensive back 4. And I think that whoever that may be, if we sign someone. But then again, we know United. We know we're probably not going to sign anyone. But if we did, it would just be so much better for us, and we'd have more depth to centre back. I think Axel should be getting more of a chance, but we just not seem to be giving him that chance. But yeah, I think we would finish top 4 anyway. But yeah, so back to the player ratings. So I said Pogba was a 5 because I think he was a little bit poor today. The Mandy Matic, I think was he was fantastic today. He was everywhere. I didn't see him get beaten once at all. He was screening really, really well today. His passing was on point when the rest of the midfield's passing was pretty poor, to be frank, and for majority of the day, pretty much. And Matic hit every pass from what I can remember. I think it was maybe 1 or 2 he didn't hit, but he was very, very good. And he gets an 8 today, and I will say that he gets a man of the match straight away. I think that David De Gea was close. I think he was a close second. And then even Luke Shaw came on and had a real impact. And he was certainly in the top few on the pitch. But Nemanja Matic, I think, was superb today. And I hope he gets his plaudits from a lot of fans, because I think he played very well. And I'd like to see him and Fred next to each other, because I think Fred is that little tenacious guy that gets in the challenges, and then matches as a screener, and then we can go for it. I'd like to see that, but I don't know if we're going to do that. I don't know if that's necessarily the best way, because I'd like to see Donny and Fred, because I think they played very, very well in the games they played together, and even Fred and Pogba, but we just don't seem to be doing that. But I do like Matic's play. He looked good today. Look back to the form he was in between April, May, whenever we came back for the second half, for the last portion of last season, to the end of the season of when he was playing with Pogba. I think he played very, very well. I just don't think Pogba was up to his standard that he was playing at the end of that, and whether that was as well. But yeah, actually, Mr. Franson, Baye was amazing. Yeah, I think Baye was very, very good today. I think he was marginally better than the 2 centre backs. I think Maguire also had a very good game today, but I think Baye, that pace definitely showed that. The recovery speed definitely showed out of those 2 centre backs today. And I think that helps Maguire. I think it really does. We move on to Bruno. I think with the assist, I think he gets a 6, but I think he was overall, I think he was poor compared to what I've seen in the past. But I think that crucial assist to get us to 3 points. And again, Bruno Fernandes getting an important assist or goal to get us some points. And he does it every game. And any fan of Manchester United that doesn't like Bruno Fernandes at this point, I don't know what you're watching, but I don't understand if you don't like Bruno Fernandes. I understand if Liverpool and Man City fans and Chelsea fans and Arsenal fans, Tottenham fans and all these other fans don't like him because he's so good, yes. But Manchester United fans should all love Bruno, because if it wasn't for him, we would be nowhere, I don't think. I don't think we'd be anywhere near the top 4. I think we'd be maybe 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, somewhere around there. But Bruno is picking us up points. He played that pass in today and put Rashford through. Rashford obviously scored the goal, yes, but if it wasn't for Bruno's pass, he wouldn't have been in that position, I don't think so. And I think Bruno had a poor game, but he always does that. The games that he plays poor, he still finds a way to have a big impact in a goal opportunity. So, actually, Mr. Franson, I got to go, but you earned my sub. I'll catch you later. Peace. Cheers, man. Mr. Franson, I appreciate all the support on the channel. And if you want to follow him, make sure you do sub the channel and leave a like on the video. Always very much appreciated. Thank you, XD, Mr. Franson. Hope you have a good day or night or wherever you are from. Obviously, I'm from Australia, so if you're in Australia, have a good day. Or if you're in the UK or the US or whatever, have a good night. But yeah, so Bruno gets a 6. I don't think it was his best performance, but he still had a big impact nonetheless. Mason Greenwood, I think he gets a 5. I think again he was a bit quiet today. Yet that cross that he put on over to Bruno was very, very good, and I want to see more of that. He's a striker playing out wide, but I'd still like to see him do that, because if he's doing that, it just shows that he can play. He can still be utilised out wide, and it's not a waste, because we have seen games where he's played out wide and it's been a bit of a waste. So hopefully he can put more crosses in like that, because if he's doing that, we're going to score more goals, I think, because we don't have a amazing right winger at the moment. Hopefully we can sign it either in January or at the end of the season. Sancho's still lurking. Jeez, that name. Sancho. Oh, man. Yeah, so there you go. Okay, he got the goal of it. The goals are 3 points. Again, it was connection unstable again. Apologies for that. I don't know if it cut out. Connection unstable. Apologise. Internet is very, very poor around here. But yeah, Rashford, like, the goal was lucky, yes. He had a couple of other chances. He took an extra touch in the box. He should have got off. He gets a 6 because he got the goal to get us the win. But I think overall he was probably a 5 if it wasn't for that goal, because I think he was quite quiet today. Had a couple of good chances. Had some good link-up play with like Cavani and Bruno and guys like that. But yeah, overall he was all right. He was average. So he gets a 6, because obviously 6 is average. So there you go. And Cavani, I think Cavani was poor today. I don't think he had enough impact like he did. So I think give him a 5 as well. He didn't have that same impact that he had against Everton. And when he came off the bench against crap, now I forgot, was it Leicester? I can't remember. I think it was Leicester when he came off the bench and played well, or maybe it was, yeah. I don't know. It's 9 a.m., so I'm forgetting things. But yeah, I think he was quiet today. And a little bit not a fault of his own. Didn't probably get enough clear-cut chances to impact, because obviously he's just a goal poacher, so he has those good chances. But yeah, I think he was he was below average today. So Luke Shaw, I'll give Luke Shaw a 7. I know he only played a half or whatever, but I think he's very good today. As I said before, he rarely gets beaten. Name me a better defensive left back in the world. If someone can name me one, I'll accept that, and I'll be like, you know what, fine, I agree. And I might agree, I might not be. It's just my opinion. This is just my opinion. I think Luke Shaw is one of, if not one of the best defensive is the key word here, defensive fullbacks, because I still think he's got a bit to work with going forward with his offensive play. But his defensive play is very, very good. I'd never seen him get beaten. I think Nicolas Pepe from Arsenal was the only guy that really put him on toast when we lost. I think it was like 4-0 or 4-1 to Arsenal last season. But besides that game, I don't see him get beat. He puts Mahrez in his pocket. He puts Neymar and Mbappe, whoever he plays, in his pocket. He put there's another name there was another name I was trying to think of. When he plays against Salah doesn't really do too much. I know he scored in the last game, but before that, I don't think he'd actually scored against us. I don't think, when he scored against us last season. But yeah, Luke Shaw's very, very good. And there you go. McTominay gets 6 as he came on for the last 30 seconds, so probably doesn't even warrant a player rating, because I don't really think he even got a touch. And who was our last sub? So it was Shaw, McTominay, and Martial. I think Martial was good. I think Martial came on, had an impact. I think his hold-up play is always very, very good. I don't think he had enough impact on the game like Luke Shaw did to warrant maybe a 7. He gets a 6, but it's a very, very good 6. I think he came on. His hold-up play was as I said, I've said it a couple of times, his hold-up play was very good. He had a chance where he held off 2 or 3 Wolves defenders, and he just couldn't quite get a shot off because the tail came in from, I think it was Saïs, one of their defenders. So, but he's a lot of people again hate on Martial because he doesn't score goals, but a lot of strikers now have moved away from the traditional number 9 where they're just there to score goals, like Alan Shearer's, your Van Nistelrooy's, you guys that are like that in the past where they're just there to score goal after goal after goal, like Michael Owen as well, guys like that. There's not a lot of them anymore. You've got Harry Kane, you've got Lewandowski, you've got guys like that score goals, like your Vardys and stuff like that. But a lot of strikers are turning into your Firminos and your Martials, where they're a lot more bringing everyone else into the game rather than themselves scoring the goals. Like you see Firmino bringing Salah and Mane and guys like that into the game. I don't know if a Salah and Mane would be. I think Firmino plays a big role in how well they play. I think Mane and Salah are very, very, very good players, world-class players. But I think Firmino does help a lot with them as well. So, and I think Martial's very similar to Firmino. He doesn't score too many goals. He was a player of the year last season, but he's more bringing everyone else in the game, bring Rashy in the game, bring Greenwood, Bruno, guys like that into the game. And I think he's one of our better players. And a lot of people... Connection unstable. Okay, we're back online again. Apologies. He got bailed out again. He got 3 points. When you give him a 6 or a 5. I think the lineup was. I like the lineup today. I like having Matic and Pogba there, just because I don't think Matano played well last game. I think Fred played very, very well last game. But squad rotation's key. We played 4 days ago. So it's good to have more squad rotation. I did like having Greenwood, Cavani and Rashford. I would have liked to see Martial. Would have maybe liked to see maybe Rashford on the right, Martial on the left, and Cavani up front maybe. And that was probably the only thing. Having Martial on the lineup was probably the only thing I was a bit like, I would have had him in. I might have had Fred in as well. It would have been good to maybe see Fred and Matic or something. But I knew Pogba was going to start today. And yeah, but that third sub of Van der Beek, I don't know why he didn't use earlier, or even Mata or James or someone earlier, an attacking for sub. I think I will give him a 6 because we got the win. And I think it was down to probably team performance because we just didn't look on it today. I don't think it was too much of Ollie's fault. I think that the third sub not being made early was obviously down to Ollie, but I think that the performance of the team was a bit of them not being at the races today compared to Ollie's tactics and stuff like that. Because I think we did set up okay anyway. So, and defensively we were very good today. So give them that anyway. So. But yeah, so there you go. 3 points, very, very important 3 points. We now need to, we need to go again. We need to pick up another 3 points against Aston Villa at home. Villa playing quite well, very, very well. I think they've conceded 1 goal in the month of December. So they're playing very, very well defensively. So they're going to be very tough to break down. And Aston Villa, they come and nick a win. Palace nicked a win early in the season when obviously weren't playing great at that point, but teams have been able to come and nick a win against us. So it's important and imperative. And we nearly lost 3 points, nearly lost 2 points today. So we need to pick up 3 points against Villa and then obviously go into our League Cup and FA Cup games against Man City and Watford, respectively, and carry momentum in there. And then hopefully carrying into that big game at Anfield, which is going to be massive. Because if we can win that, if we win that in the Aston Villa game, then I think I can start talking about, okay, we're a realistic chance to win the title, but we need to beat Liverpool, obviously, to make that happen, or at least draw. But that's still a couple of games where we've got Aston Villa, as I say, 1 game at a time, Villa, then the Man City, Watford Cup games, and then we got Liverpool. So looking forward to these games coming up. But if you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All support, as I always say, is always very much appreciated by myself. I appreciate everyone that subscribes to the channel and likes any of my content or even tunes in to watch my content. And if you're not subscribed, I know about 50% of you that watch my content aren't subscribed yet. So just leave a like and sub. It takes a couple of seconds of your time. Done it. Even if you don't watch every single one of my videos, it just that 1 second action does help out a lot. So I do really appreciate that. And all my social media links are in the description below. So Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all those social media platforms, obviously, are all in the link below. So make sure you're going to follow them so you keep up to date with more content across all platforms. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Cheers.